Many culture, many language, many caste, many community, many nationality, but one humanity. Every great teachers was insisting one humanity. Muhammad did the same. Jesus did the same. Krishna did the same. Lord Shiva did the same. Adi Shankara did the same. Quran, Bible, Veda, everything is insisting the same. Guruji, I am committed to the fullest. Still I am seeing a little misfortune. No, it's not a misfortune. It is a learning process to enjoy the big fortune. No such thing called big dream, small dream. It is a small dreamer or a big dreamer. And no matter how big you think, it is actually not big for God. God has given you this problem not to face it and come out of it, not to overcome it, but to make others realize you are more powerful than what they thought about you. Every learning is helping you to liberate the situation. Is facilitating to, celebrate the situation. Liberation leads you to celebration, and that is a fundamental ground for transformation. So once you understand about your own ability and your natural capability, you will have the ability to finish the fear before it finishes you. You will have the power to conquer the anger before it controls you. You don't need to celebrate after you achieve. By the time you know that you're going to achieve itself, celebration begins. Let us understand in this way. A real spiritual person is the most successful person. Not everyone who you think as a most successful person doesn't need to be a spiritual person. Because spirituality, it is an inclusiveness of everything. Family, profession, inner peace, everything. But come what may, why do I insist that every spiritual person is the most successful person? Because a real spiritual person is not one who is thinking about God all the time, one who is praying to God all the time. One who is committing to take deliberate effort to liberate oneself from the pain and suffering. One who is engaging himself in the learning process to empower himself. Anybody who is putting himself into practice or committing to take deliberate effort to liberate oneself from the pain and suffering in the present moment and to create a future without a pain and suffering is the most spiritual person. If you're learning new skills that will enhance your career, you are a spiritual person. If you're putting yourself into a new habits which is going to develop a physical strength, he is a spiritual person. So coming to the point, in my understanding, you're not destined to suffer. You're here to create prosperity in every aspect and prosper in every way. For that, it is your duty to realize three things. First, problem is given to you not to make you suffer. Because a great fortune is created or gifted to you only by seeing your strength to see a small misfortune. Because you will learn something which you have failed to learn in the past. Because at the time of misfortune, you will realize what have you failed to learn or what have you failed to put into practice which you have already learned. Because most of the time, you win. Sometimes you learn. If you fail to learn, you think that you became a failure. That's not the fact. So this is the process to create a big fortune for you. Guruji, I am committed to the fullest. Still, I am seeing a little misfortune. No, it's not a misfortune. It is a learning process to enjoy the big fortune. I always tell my students, there is no such thing called, I want to have a dream. Guruji, I have a big dream. No, I say it's not the fact. There is no such thing called big dream. If it is not big, it is not dream at all. And above all, there is no such thing called big dream, small dream. It is a small dreamer or a big dreamer. And no matter how big you think, it is actually not big for God. So first you realize there is always a God power or an invisible power which is working for you when you're ready to work on your own self. This is point number one. And problems are given to make you realize that you're not aware about the blessing which is already given to you. Or it is a learning ground which is making you to prepare to face a big success or a big fortune in the present and for the future. So what are the three reasons for the problem? The first reason is to make you realize that you missed a blessing which is already within you, or to make you aware about the blessing which is already given to you. Only when you fall sick, you will know, oh my God, I've been having the good health. As of now, I have so many things which I should, maintain. Otherwise, you only will know how much you will crave for if you lose something which you're presently enjoying and possessing. So the small amount of pain will make you realize the blessing which is already given to you. This is the first reason for the problem. The second reason for the problem is to make you realize that you're more powerful than what you think, because as of now you think you're capable of doing only certain things. But when you face the problem and you come out of it, you know you're not come out of the problem. Actually, you have evolved in the process, realizing that you're more bigger than what you thought about your own self. And the third reason is the greatest reason. In fact, that is a real reason for us. If a spiritual person is facing a problem, that is given to him only for the third reason. God has given you this problem not to face it and come out of it, not to overcome it, but to make others realize you are more powerful than what they thought about you. Look at the way how God prepares you. The problem is given to you. First is to make you realize the blessing which is already within you, or to make you understand what you have failed to learn. Second one is to make you realize that you're more bigger than what you thought about your own self. The third one is to make others realize there are certain people who thought you're useless. There are certain people who thought you're powerless. To make them realize that you're more powerful than what they thought, God gave this to you. So there is no such thing called problem. Most of the time you win. Sometime you learn. Every learning should make you feel liberated. Every learning will, make you feel liberated, because anything which is not allowing you to celebrate your life, it is not the right learning at all. Real spiritual people or a real spiritual soul will cry for every new learning, because every learning is helping you to liberate the situation. Is facilitating to, celebrate the situation. Liberation leads you to celebration, and that is a fundamental ground for transformation. You don't need to celebrate after you achieve. By the time you know that you're going to achieve itself, celebration begins. Celebration begins. But this will put you in a very different zone of mentality. You will be a non-coward, personality in any given situation. You will be what? A non-coward personality in any given situation. Because you take effort to empower your own self. And once you have the nature of empowering your own self, courage will automatically express through you. You will have the courage to start something which you never started before. Because you will have self-learned understanding to finish the fear before it finishes you. Spirituality puts in a very different way. You need the right knowledge to keep the fear away from you, because there is no such thing called fear. It is lack of understanding. There is no such thing called fear. It is lack of understanding. So once you understand about your own ability and your natural capability, I'm not even using the God power, divine power. In simple terms, you will have the ability to finish the fear before it finishes you. You will have the power to conquer the anger before it controls you. Do you understand? Because if anger is going to take control over you, you can't do anything about it. That's the reason it's called anger. You will finish the fear. Because normally when you are into fear, it is nothing but a mental paralysis. You will forget everything and run away. That's called fear, right? You will forget about the knowledge you possess. You will forget about the dream you have. You will forget about the, your vision, goal or anything. You will just drop everything and run away. It is a mental disease. Fear, F-E-A-R. You will forget everything and run away. It's like a mental paralysis. You will drop there. But once you know your real power, that God power is within you all the time. There is a power which is ready to help you all the time. That is what, insisted by every religion. Look at the world. Many nation, many community, many religion, many caste, many culture. But realize the truth. Every great teacher was insisting one humanity. Muhammad did the same. Jesus did the same. Krishna did the same. Lord Shiva did the same. Adi Shankara did the same. Quran, Bible, Veda, everything is insisting the same. Many culture, many language, many caste, many community, many nationality, but one humanity. The only thing which will not allow you to evolve or allow you to live the life that you really deserve is the fear. You will forget everything and run away. But with this understanding, you are more powerful than what you thought. You will face everything and rise again. So you will finish your fear before it finishes you. You will conquer the anger before it controls you. You will eliminate the doubt before it eradicates your fortune. Because even a small amount of fear, small amount of doubt will spoil the great future that you're supposed to enjoy in the future. Will spoil the great fortune that you're supposed to enjoy in the future. So these are the aspects of taking deliberate effort to liberate yourself from the existing pain and suffering. And that's called spiritual practice. In fact, you will realize till you have life in you, you can have all you want in life. What is that? The biggest realization that you need to realize as a spiritual realization is not realizing the God power, is not realizing the God is everything. It is realizing till you have life in you, you can have everything you want in life. And this one thing will make you realize you will have good time all the time from now and forever. And forever. Aham Brahmasmi.